Alright guys, so today we're going to be doing an oil change on my 2019 Ford F-150. Pretty much don't daily drive it, but it is there if I ever do need it. But more importantly, like I said, it's my tow vehicle. We load up our cars. Having this type of collection of cars, you're constantly going back and forth for service or to the dealer if things need to be done. I try to do as much stuff as I can myself, but sometimes you have no choice but to take your car other places. So what I like to do is with having this tow vehicle and having our trailers, we get to move our own vehicles around. So to do that, to have nice things, you have to make sure that you take care of them as well. So today we're going to be doing an oil change. My plan is to bring you along through the process, and maybe you'll even learn something along the way. We're going to be doing the oil change right now, so let's get into it, all right? Let's do it. Now, normally I would do the work here in the 2-bay, which is actually our workshop. But in this case, it's a little bit easier. Instead of doing it on our backs, we just actually put it on the 4-post lift. So let's go over here, open up the garage, and get it going. All right, first thing we got to do is we got to come here into the garage and we got to actually unplug it. I keep this on a trickle charger all the time because it sits a lot. So I installed this pretty cool setup where it comes through the front. And all you got to do is pull it, push down, and it makes it nice and simple. Be a cold start on it. Not that it's too impressive, but here's a cold start on the 2019 F-150. All right, well, now that we got the truck on the lift, that's one of the hardest parts because how wide it is. We're going to go ahead and pop the hood. All right, now that we have the hood popped, what we're going to do is we're actually just going to go here to our oil filling cap. We're going to remove that, put that off to the side, and make sure that we fill up our washer fluid. Take a look at our battery terminals, make sure those look clean. The next thing we got to do is put the truck up in the air. All right, so now what you're looking at here is this is going to be the drain plug, and it happens to be plastic on this model, which is kind of cool because you don't actually need a tool. You just twist it by hand. You're going to end up twisting the drain plug out. Be careful because it's going to spray oil everywhere, but you want to make sure your drain pan is underneath it, and we're going to go ahead and twist this out and let the oil drain. All right, cool. Now that we have the oil draining, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we assess everything underneath the truck. And what I like to do is grab a flashlight, take the time to look around and make sure that we don't see any oil leaks from anywhere, make sure we don't see any brake problems, make sure we don't see anything hanging, anything broken. You're just kind of doing a general inspection because there's not many times you're crawling underneath your truck and while it's up in the air or while you're working on it is the best time to make sure that there's no other problems going on. The boot's torn a little bit, so at some point in my future, I will be having to address the new CV axle. Not fun. Alright, once it's done dripping, as you can see, just a little bit of a mess you have to clean up, right? Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put back in that oil fill cap, and then we're going to take some brake clean and wipe all this nonsense down. Get it nice and clean, and then we'll go to the oil filter. So the oil filter on this vehicle is located in kind of a shitty area, as you can see. It's up by the accessory belt. But what we do want to go ahead and do is show you that this is where your oil filter location is. And what we want to do is we want to grab our tool here and just give it a little bit of a turn. Now it should only be hand tight, but we're going to use the oil filter wrench to help turn it. And then we're going to end up taking our oil filter off right like that. Like I said, it's going to make a little bit of a mess. Just be prepared. One of the things you want to make sure you check for is that there is no issues with the oil filter leaving behind the gasket. You can see right here, there's supposed to be a gasket located on these oil filters, and if you leave it behind, it will make an absolute mess and just spill oil and shit everywhere. So we want to make sure we clean that up. Now that we got that oil filter O-ring off, we're going to go ahead and prep our oil filter and make sure that we put it on the vehicle. Then what you want to do is dip your finger in it and actually wet the seal. So hopefully the gasket won't stick again this time. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna line it up, put it on, go. And then we're just gonna snug it up by hand. A couple turns. Now I do have arm disabilities, so I am gonna do something that most people don't do, but I'm gonna just take my hand and just give it a little bit more. And I'm only doing it that way because I actually have disabilities when it comes to my hands, and I can't make things as strong and as tight as they should be. So now, as you can see, we got a lot of oil we got to clean up, starting to drip down. That's why God invented brake clean. Let's clean it up a little bit. So now that we got it here, we're going to come over, we're going to lower it on the lift. To do that, we got to hook up air to it. We're going to hold in the air locks, and then we're going to lower down on this. All right, now we're going to pop the hood again. At this point, what you're going to want is you're going to want a funnel. This is the funnel I like. I've had it for a million years. It's a red funnel. You're actually going to climb up here and then stick the funnel right into the oil filter. What we're going to do is we're going to pull our oil dipstick, which is located here on the driver's side. What I like to do is immediately wipe it. You don't even look at it the first time. So we're going to wipe it. And we're going to stick it right back in. We got to find the hole. Hold on. Sometimes it's a little hard to find the hole. All right, now that we found it, we're going to check it, and we're going to peek and see where our oil level is. And we are good to go. Going to end up putting this back in, and from there we're going to pull it off the lift, and that'll be it. All right, so here's what we're going to do. It's going to right here, we're going to do 8.8 quarts. Now we know exactly how much oil it takes in the future, and she'll be good to go. Alright guys, now that we got the truck off the lift, what I want to do is give you a quick little tour of our tow vehicle that we have here on the channel. Like I said, it's our 2019 Ford F150 with the 5.0 engine. It's the XLT model, not fully loaded, but has a decent amount of options on it. So I ended up selling my Raptor that I had. I had a 2019 Raptor in the past, and I found that I just didn't use it all the time, to be honest with you. We may upgrade depending on how much we tow. If we get a bigger enclosed trailer, we may end up upgrading to a diesel truck at some point in the future. But for right now, this handles what I need it to. So let me give you a quick tour of it. All right, so here's the truck as it sits. It is sitting right now on a set of 22-inch. I think they're fuel racing wheels. Pretty cool. Tires are expensive, I have to be honest with you. These are 33 by 1250 by 22 LT Ridge Grapplers. I think they're like $450 a tire, and they don't last too long, so I'm going to be in the market for tires soon. So if you guys know of any that's better for a 22-inch wheel, let me know. It's a cool truck, though. Like I said, it's not as cool as a Raptor, but it does its job. Alright, so one of the things I ended up taking off my Raptor is I kept the Gator truck bed protector. This thing's pretty cool. It's a tri-fold. It's pretty strong. I think it's rated up to 300 pounds. I wouldn't go ahead and step on it if I was you, but it does the job. There's the truck bed. It's got the option with the lights inside, which is pretty cool. One of the best things that I ever bought was this swing case right here. So it's literally the brand is swing case. You pull on this lever right here, if you can see the lever. Pull on the lever, case swings out to you, and it's lockable. And look how much stuff it holds. My straps to keep an extra hitch bowl in there, hammer, whatever you may need, some straps, bunch of generic stuff, but it's watertight for the most part. And like I said, it really can take a beating, and it's great. I think it was like $198 worth of every penny I spent on it. And it locks back in. The interior is not too fancy. It is cloth seats, but it works for me and my kids. Like I said, this pretty much for me is only a tow vehicle. It's really nothing too fancy, but it does the job for what I need it to do. So it just sits in the garage until I need it to tow a trailer. Or my wife has chickens, so if we have to do some stuff around the property, if I gotta go pick some stuff up, wood or something, I'll break this bad boy out. Oh, gotta make sure we flip this back, huh? This was a little bit different on the channel, but I figured I had to do it, and why not document it and show you guys all the vehicles here on Herman Motorsports. That was my daughter right there. Oh, that's both of them.
Hello.
Hey, wave hello, girls.
Hi.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I want to say thank you guys for being here. Thanks for following along. On this channel, we're trying to branch out and show you guys a little bit more of the collection of cars that we have. We're certainly posting more shorts, and we're going to do some more videos like this in the future. If you're into Lamborghinis, if you're into Ferraris, if you're into Vipers, classic cars, hot rods, and motorcycles, then you're one of my friends, and I hope I'll become one of your friends as well. Make sure you follow along. Make sure you subscribe. We're going to be doing a bunch more stuff like this coming out in the future, and I just want to say thank you guys for being here today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.